Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And a great return up past the 40, but this one may not stand. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Switch it. Come on.
On first down, here's Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Avery Moss. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Fielded just inside the 20. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now an open man, that's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the pickup there.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Rosen will throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 3rd and long here for Rosen. He's going to go for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Check it out. 80.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On 1st down, Drake. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Intended for Kenyon Gray. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Middle. Hey, echo.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Hug.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Caught, it's Wilson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Now Drake. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. So give him the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Watch the slants.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling sequence that maybe the OC had in his head, that's got to change on the fly now.
Second down and goal. Rosen. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
3rd and goal. Rosen. He can run for it, and he will. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
It's just me and you.
They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Check 26, check 26. He's coming, he's coming.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Switch, switch. Slam, slam, slam.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 29, Brissett. He finds an opening past the 40. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. They run with Breida.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. From the 45 on 2nd down, Brissett looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This is Breida. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the 2nd half.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Alert, alert! Bravo!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we come upon halftime. 6-3 is our score. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now on first down, Drake again. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Stay with your man.
A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Hey, dude.
56 is the mic.
Second and 10, it's Rosen again. That is caught at the 7. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Monday.
56.
On first down, it's Rosen. It's complete to Drake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Monday.
Rosen on first and 10. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Parker that time.
At their own 6-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to... Be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. To throw on 2nd down. Eason, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Eason. And that will be incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Here it comes, here it comes. Monday. Go. 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And now it's Rosen looking, and he hits Drake. Give him 7 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Delta.
Rosen to throw on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out.
And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Six guy, check 6 guy. Check 24, check 24.
Throwing again. Eason escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position.
At the 49ers' 40-yard line.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Alert, alert, alert.
Now Rosen on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Drake. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Middle. Stop your whining. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, it's Rosen. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Eason is going to let this one go deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This is caught, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Shift. Watch the shift.
On 1st and 10. Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Eason, he'll get this into the hands of Breida. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Eason eluded, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Harris make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable for Grant. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Drake. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27. Yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
We go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw. Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Eason. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens.
There he goes, left side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jalen Hurd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Go! Let's go!
The The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I know you felt that one.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On fourth down, Eason able to haul it in as Kittle. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go now. 60 or
52's the mic. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Hey, Alpha. Hit it.
From the gun, Eason. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Dolphins take over first
Let's go,
and
baby.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground with Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Eason, this one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Looking to throw. Eason into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Drake will start the drive on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 6 there on the first down play. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,